So we had a large oak break due to some wind, and after all the branches were cleared, I was left with this really large diameter section, maybe 2 or 3 feet across. I'm not sure, but I wasn't going to bring it back and try to inoculate it. So I decided to use it as sort of a, you know, woodland inoculation trial. And this is the process I used. First, I, melted some wax back at the house. This was only, 50 yards from electricity, so it's easier to use a burner. Then I drilled a bunch of holes, filled the holes with wood dowels that have been inoculated, in this case with Laetiporus sulphureus, or the chicken of the woods. Then I came back over it and put little dabs of wax over all the holes. And this is what that looks like a little closer. I have a speed drill that attaches to an angle grinder, and it makes the holes to the right depth at a very quick speed. The trick with the dowels are you want them to be as flush as you can get them. That way you don't have to use much wax. The purpose of the wax is to help seal the dowels from moisture loss during the colonization time. That way they at least have a fighting chance to penetrate into the wood as they grow before drying out. You want to use as little wax as possible while making sure you have it covered well. A nice cheese wax, I think, is preferred. Here's a slow-mo of that speed drill in action so you can kind of see how it works. The tip has a little screw which kind of pulls it into the wood, and then there's a stopper. You can use a regular drill bit. It doesn't have to be anything fancy like this, but if you're doing lots of logs or one big log, it can be really nice to have something that moves a little quicker. And these are pretty affordable. I don't remember, maybe $15 or something like that for the actual bit. I think the adapter costs a bit more. I don't know. Afterwards, because this was the summertime, I covered the log up with some fabric. It's a like insect exclusion fabric used for gardens. I noticed there's a lot of beetles that like to drill holes, and that leads to contamination. And then I put some of the brush on top of it to protect it from the sun, since now there's a big open spot in the sky, as you can see. And that's the process. Maybe in 2 years I'll have something.